Our world is filled with amazing creatures, big and small. Some animals are giants, like elephants and whales. Others are tiny, like insects and spiders. But some of the most amazing animals are small birds called hummingbirds. Hummingbirds are special because they are tiny and can fly in ways other birds can't. They're like little flying jewels with bright colors and amazing abilities. Let's learn more about these fascinating birds. Hummingbirds are the smallest birds in the world. Can you imagine a bird smaller than your thumb? That's how small some hummingbirds are. The smallest hummingbird is the bee hummingbird. It is only about 2 inches long. That's about the size of a large bumblebee. Bee hummingbirds live in Cuba. Even though they are small, hummingbirds are strong flyers. They need to be strong to fly long distances and to hover in the air. Their small size is part of what makes them so special. Most birds can only fly forward, but hummingbirds can fly backward. This is because of how their wings work. They move their wings in a figure-8 pattern. This special way of flying helps hummingbirds get nectar from flowers. They can hover in front of a flower and then fly backward to the next one. No other type of bird can do this. Backward flight is important for hummingbirds. It helps them find food and survive in their environment. Hummingbirds have very strong wing muscles. They can flap their wings very fast. In fact, they flap their wings about 70 times per second. That's why you hear a humming sound when they fly by. Their fast wing movement allows them to do amazing things in the air. They can hover, fly sideways, and even fly upside down. Hummingbirds are like little helicopters in the sky. Their unique flying style is what makes hummingbirds so fascinating to watch. They're like tiny acrobats, moving with speed and grace. A Gap2S. Hummingbirds come in a dazzling array of species, each with its own unique characteristics. There are over 300 species of hummingbirds, ranging from the small bee hummingbird, which is about the size of a large bumblebee, to the impressive giant hummingbird, which can be as long as 9 inches. Gap3S. Some species, like the ruby-throated hummingbird, are known for their vibrant, iridescent feathers that seem to change color with the light. Others, like the sword-billed hummingbird, have incredibly long bills that help them feed from deep flowers. Gap3S. The Anna's hummingbird is famous for its dazzling courtship display, where the males perform dramatic aerial dives to attract females. Meanwhile, the black-chinned hummingbird is known for its adaptability, thriving in diverse habitats from deserts to forest edges. Gap3S. Each species of hummingbird has evolved to fit its environment perfectly, showcasing the incredible diversity of these tiny avian wonders. As we continue to study them, we uncover more about their fascinating lives and the vital roles they play in our ecosystems. Gap3S. Hummingbirds are not just marvels of flight, they are also symbols of diversity and adaptability in the natural world. Gap2S. Hummingbirds are found in a wide range of habitats, from lush rainforests to arid deserts. Each species has adapted to thrive in its specific environment, showcasing their remarkable versatility. Gap3S. In tropical rainforests, hummingbirds like the violet-crowned wood nymph flit through the dense canopy, feeding on the abundant flowers and insects. Their vibrant colors blend seamlessly with the rich foliage, providing both camouflage and beauty. Gap3S, in contrast, species like the rufous hummingbird are built for endurance, migrating thousands of miles between their breeding grounds in the temperate forests of North America and their wintering habitats in Mexico. They are known for their incredible memory, remembering the locations of individual flowers along their migration route. Gap3S, desert-dwelling species such as the Costa's hummingbird have adapted to the harsh conditions by feeding on cacti flowers and relying on their extraordinary flying skills to cover large distances in search of food. They can also enter a state of torpor, slowing their metabolism to conserve energy during the cold desert nights. Gap3S. High-altitude hummingbirds like the Andean hill star are adapted to the thin air and cold temperatures of the mountainous regions. They have specialized hemoglobin that allows them to efficiently absorb oxygen at high altitudes, and their nests are often insulated to protect their young from the cold. Gap3S. These adaptations not only highlight the resilience of hummingbirds, but also emphasize the importance of preserving their diverse habitats. As we continue to learn from these tiny aviators, we gain insights into the intricate balance of our ecosystems and the incredible adaptability of life on Earth. Gap 2s. The diet of hummingbirds is as fascinating as their flight. These tiny creatures primarily feed on nectar, which provides them with the high-energy fuel they need for their rapid wing beats. Gap 3s. Hummingbirds have evolved long, specialized bills that allow them to reach deep into flowers to access the nectar. Their tongues are uniquely adapted, featuring a grooved structure that helps them lap up nectar at an astonishing rate of up to 13 licks per second. Gap 3s. But nectar alone isn't enough to sustain them. Hummingbirds also consume small insects and spiders to obtain essential proteins and nutrients. They often catch these tiny prey mid-flight, showcasing their incredible agility and speed. Gap 3s. Some species, like the ruby-throated hummingbird, are known to snatch insects from spider webs, adding an extra layer of resourcefulness to their feeding habits. Gap 3s. Hummingbirds are also known for their remarkable memory. They remember the locations and blooming cycles of flowers they have visited, optimizing their foraging routes to maximize their energy intake. They can even recognize individual flowers and return to them once they have replenished their nectar supply. Gap 3f. This impressive cognitive ability ensures they efficiently find food, even in environments where resources are scarce. Gap 3s. In addition to their keen memory, hummingbirds are territorial and often defend their feeding grounds fiercely. They engage in aerial displays and vocalizations to ward off intruders, ensuring they have exclusive access to their food sources. Gap 3s. This combination of physical adaptations, memory, and territorial behavior enables hummingbirds to thrive in diverse environments, from dense forests to open deserts. Gap 3s. Understanding the diet and foraging techniques of hummingbirds not only highlights their incredible adaptability, but also underscores the intricate relationships between these birds and their ecosystems. By protecting their habitats and ensuring the availability of their food sources, we can help sustain these remarkable aviators for generations to come. Gap 3s. Gap 2s. Hummingbird migration is one of the most extraordinary feats in the animal kingdom. Despite their small size, these birds embark on long and perilous journeys, traveling thousands of miles between their breeding and wintering grounds. Gap 3s. One of the most well-known migratory species is the ruby-throated hummingbird. Each year, these tiny travelers fly from North America to Central America, often crossing the Gulf of Mexico in a single non-stop flight that can span up to 18 hours. Gap 3s. Gap 3s. The journey is fraught with challenges. Hummingbirds must navigate through unpredictable weather, avoid predators, and find sufficient food to fuel their trip. Their migration is timed with the blooming cycles of flowers along their route, ensuring they have access to nectar and insects to sustain them. Gap 3s, however, climate change and habitat destruction are increasingly disrupting these critical resources, making their journeys even more arduous. Gap 3s. Gap 3s. Despite these obstacles, hummingbirds exhibit remarkable resilience. They rely on their exceptional memory and navigational skills to find their way across vast distances. Some species even use the position of the sun and the Earth's magnetic field to guide their flight. Gap 3s. Along the way, they stop at important resting and feeding sites, which serve as vital refueling stations. Conservation efforts are crucial in protecting these key habitats to ensure the survival of migratory hummingbirds. Gap 3s. Gap 3s. The migration of hummingbirds is not just a testament to their physical endurance, but also to their indomitable spirit. It reminds us of the interconnectedness of the natural world and the importance of preserving the delicate balance of ecosystems. By supporting conservation initiatives and protecting migratory corridors, we can help these tiny aviators continue their epic journeys for generations to come. Gap 3s. Hummingbirds play a vital role in the ecosystem as pollinators. Their long bills and agile flight allow them to access nectar deep within flowers. As they feed, they transfer pollen, aiding plant reproduction. This mutualistic relationship supports biodiversity and ecosystem health. Protecting their habitats and planting native flowers are crucial for their survival. Hummingbirds remind us of the intricate connections in nature. Their tireless work enriches our environment and underscores the importance of conservation. As we marvel at the hummingbird's role as a pollinator, we must also turn our attention to the conservation efforts dedicated to protecting these tiny heroes and their habitats. Around the world, various organizations and communities are working tirelessly to ensure that hummingbirds continue to thrive. From preserving native plant species to creating safe migratory corridors, these efforts are crucial in safeguarding the future of hummingbirds. In these protected spaces, hummingbirds can feed, nest and migrate without disruption. Public education and community involvement are also vital. By working together, we can protect these remarkable creatures and the ecosystems they support. Let's explore some fascinating facts and debunk a few myths about hummingbirds. Did you know a hummingbird's heart can beat over 1,200 times per minute? Their rapid metabolism requires constant feeding. They remember every flower they visited. Hummingbirds also consume small insects for protein. They can fly thousands of miles during migration. During torpor, they conserve energy overnight. Hummingbirds are drawn to bright colors, not just red. They symbolize love, joy, and resilience in various cultures. These tiny marvels inspire awe and wonder. Next time you see a hummingbird, marvel at its journey and abilities. Gap 3S. As we conclude our journey, let's reflect on the extraordinary hummingbirds. With vibrant colors and rapid wing beats, they are marvels of nature. Their ability to hover, fly backward and upside down showcases their unique adaptations. They play a vital role in pollination, maintaining ecosystem balance. Their diverse species and habitats show incredible adaptability. Each species thrives in its environment, a wonder of natural selection. Their diet highlights the intricate web of life. Their migratory journeys are heroic, driven by survival instincts. We've debunked myths and uncovered truths, deepening our appreciation. Conservation efforts remind us to preserve the natural world. By safeguarding their habitats, we ensure their survival. Remember the essence of hummingbirds: resilience, beauty, and the dance of life. Their presence enriches our world, reminding us of nature's wonders. Thank you for joining us. May the spirit of the hummingbird inspire you.